Regular viewers of our e-bike reviews may be surprised to see me in a different location to usual. Whilst we normally test bikes out at a closed road test circuit, with this Engwe P275 SE, we don't need to. Why is that? Well, this model, along with quite a few of the Enway range, doesn't have an off-road mode, meaning it can't have its speed limit removed or a throttle enabled. Why is that, you might ask? Well, this comes down to the latest advice on the EAPC, or Electrically Assisted Pedal Cycles, standards and legislation from the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency and the Department for Transport here in the UK. So, before we take a closer look at the P275, we'll take a look at why quite a few e-bikes out there could be deemed illegal, even if they are set to meet the legal requirements when on the road. So, let's get on with it. Here we have the latest standards and legal requirements from the UK's Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency and Department for Transport. Most people will know that for an e-bike, or more officially known as an EAPC, or Electrically Assisted Pedal Cycle, to be legal on UK roads, it needs to have pedals, it has to have a motor with a continuous power output of not more than 250 watts, and it has to have a powered speed limit of 15.5 miles per hour, i.e. the motor has to cut out when travelling faster than 15.5 miles an hour. Plus, unless it was manufactured before the 1st of January 2016, or is type approved, or been through a motorcycle single vehicle assessment, it can only be powered while pedalling, i.e. it can't have a throttle that powers it at more than a walk assist speed of 3.7 miles per hour. None of this is new and is pretty well known, even though quite a few riders choose to ignore it, and as we can see here, there have been crackdowns on those that do. But a relatively new inclusion in the guidelines is this section about so-called off-road mode, where it suggests that even the ability to disable the speed limiter would make an e-bike non-compliant with the EAPC rules, even if the limit was enabled while on the road. Whilst like any standards and guidance, it will really come down to how the courts enforce it. It does make quite a few e-bikes that we would have previously said could be set to road legal, now are technically illegal for use on the road. Let's pop back to, I'm afraid, a slightly windy location to see what Enway have done about this. So this new guidance looks like it would make quite a lot of the e-bikes that we've tested previously that could be compliant when set correctly, technically illegal. This guidance also explains why the most recent Engwe models have removed the ability to alter their speed limiter or enable a throttle, so keeping the bikes fully compliant. Models that we have tried that are fully compliant include the great carbon fibre Map4 N1 Air, the L20 3.0 and the EP2 Boost, all of which you can see reviews of in the video description. Plus, there's this latest model, the Engwe Commuter focused P275 SE, so let's get on and take a look at it. The P275 SE is aimed at commuters, yet it's pretty light compared to some of Engway's chunkier models at just over 30 kilos with the battery and just under 25 kilos without, meaning it could be carried on a cycle rack. It has a rider weight capacity of up to 120 kilos, and one of the noticeable features is the number of potential adjustments to handlebars and seat to make it comfortable for most people. Like every Engway model we've tried, it arrived well packed, and with the very simple assembly video, it took no time to get it set up. Key features you wouldn't necessarily expect for an e-bike at this price point are its smart torque sensor rather than a cheaper cadence sensor, giving you smooth power delivery, hydraulic disc brakes, a 36 volt 13 ampere hour removable battery giving up to 100 kilometers range, and a level of smart app control. Looking at the bike, it's very smart looking and robustly built. Its semi-chunky wide-walled tyres will give a smooth ride, but plenty of grip. Built-in front and rear LED lights mean it will be safe for evening commutes, and 7-speed Shimano gears mean you have a range of gears to enable you to pedal to the power level you want, and means should you ever run out of battery at an inopportune moment, it's still easy to ride unpowered. The rear rack is rated to 25 kilograms, and there are mountings for a front rack if you wish to add it. The comfy saddle and swept-back handlebars will make it a comfy ride, and robust plastic mudguards will keep you dry and clean. The P275 SE from Engwe is very much your traditional commuter bike, with its swept-back handlebars, upright riding position, 7-speed Shimano gears to make it easy to pedal, and
front suspension to soak up some of those road bumps, but you've got the added advantage of that motor to help you out. Now, the P275 SE isn't really my kind of bike, however it is my wife's kind of bike, so let's take a look at her trying it out.
As you can see, that rider position aided by the swept handlebars puts you in a great ergonomic relaxed stance. The 5 levels of power assistance mean you can have just the amount of assistance you want while being economic with the battery. The smoothness of the ride isn't only evident on the road or cycle track. If you do need to venture off-road, the front suspension and tyres keep it comfy. Heading onto the road, let's see how it performs on an incline.
Now, coming to a hill here, I'm going to drop down the gears, but I've got that motor in level 5 and it's easily helping me up without any problem whatsoever.
From a range perspective, Engwe claim up to 100 kilometers when using power assistance level 1, depending on the terrain and the rider weight. As you can see here, on our test day we travelled 25 kilometers and the battery is still showing full. When it comes to recharging, this can be done with the battery on the bike, or it can simply be removed to charge away from the bike. Quite possibly the best feature for us on the P275 SE is one you can't see. Having tested quite a few bikes with cadence sensors and with torque sensors, the one on the P275 definitely has the quickest, smoothest response, meaning it's a relaxed and easy ride, applying more motor power when you need it, but in a smooth power curve rather than a jolting actions of cadence sensors and less intelligent torque sensors. So if you're looking for a commuter bike that ticks all the boxes for bike travel, along with being completely compliant with UK and EU regulations, so you run no risk of being challenged or even having your bike confiscated, the P275 SE is a great choice. You can check out the links in the video description for any current discounts. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing.